How many students are there in this group? Hello?
So 17 have joined.
Yes, 17 has joined, but how many are there total?
Sagar.
I think around 25, but I'm not sure.
Then please join the other group, in Pandesar group, and then all other students of by batch to this group. Hello, who is your CR?
Sir Sagar.
Sagar Wadla. Okay, Sagar. Sagar, please join the other group and all other students who is from Y batch.
Sir, I should join the X-Batch meeting until then. That
Yes.
the Y batch.
Hold here next batch and then ask others, those who are from Y batch, to join this group. Okay. Then only we will start, because right now we have 23 here and we have to start. So please join there and then call them.
Sir, I'm not able to see any join option in the X-Batch. So how should I join?
Okay. So maybe sir has not invited you here. Anyway, we have to start. Sagar, please tell me your phone number.
Yes, sir. It is 95
95
99
99
477.
277
No, sir. 477
477
689
6
89.
6 8. Okay, so we have total 22 students online. So let's start. Rest will join later. Okay, so good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Manoj Kumar Sharma, Physics faculty. I will take your lab for this group for Y batch. Okay, so in this particular week, this is I think week 1. You already have introductory lab, right?
Yes,
Is it your
sir.
first lab or second lab? This is your first lab or second lab?
Second.
Second. So I think first lab, in the first lab, sir already have discussed rules and regulations, and then he has given instruction what you have to do. You have to make a file, practical file. Okay, and in that what you have to write? You have to write several things like aim of the experiment, apparatus used, formula used, then observation table, then calculation, then you have to write result, then sources of error and precautions, and then also you have to do percentage error calculation in some experiments where we have all standard values given. Okay. So now we have to discuss sonometer experiment today. So as sir already discussed sonometer experiment also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So could you understood that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I can't hear you all, because if you have understood that, then we can start the virtual lab right now. Or should we go through that material once again?
Sir, if you could
Sir,
brief
once
that
again.
experiment. One revision.
Sir, briefing देदो sir एक.
Okay. So let's go through that material quickly. Okay, then we will go to the virtual lab. And do you all have the access to this virtual lab? Please make your account in that virtual lab. Then only you can perform the virtual lab part, the real experiment. Okay. But today I will show you how and what we can do. And okay, I will send the link also. Okay, but before that, let's go through the PPT again, discuss the basic concept again, and then we will go to the virtual lab.
Sure.
Okay, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please keep me informed if there is something missing or if you have any questions during this discussion. Okay, so today we have to discuss this sonometer experiment. So the aim of this experiment is that we have to determine the frequency, okay, and the frequency of AC current. So this is very obvious. If it is DC current, then there will be no frequency. Okay, so we are passing AC current through this electromagnet, and then the magnetic field, magnetic force will interact this sonometer wire. There is a wire, metal wire attached to this sonometer. Okay, now due to this interaction, this wire will start vibration, and since current is alternating, so there will be vibration, and then we have to find the frequency of this alternating current source basically, and this is from the power supply, household power supply. we have to find this frequency. Now we all know the frequency of this power supply, household power supply. The standard value is 50 Hertz. Okay, please remember this. This is the standard value for this power supply. Okay, and then during this experiment, we have to find the frequency. Okay, and this is the standard frequency. So whatever frequency we are getting, that will be the experimental value, and this is the source frequency coming from the power station, right? So by doing this experiment, we cannot change this value 50 Hertz. This will remain same, the standard value. Okay. So now to perform this experiment, that is to find the frequency of this source, AC main source, we need few apparatus. So we need a sonometer, and now I assume that we all know what is sonometer. Sonometer is a rectangular wooden box which is hollow, and then we have few holes in this box. Okay. Then we are attaching a steel wire to this rectangular wooden box. We have this rectangle. Okay. Then, and this is hollow inside, and then we have few holes. Okay. Then we are attaching this steel wire. So let's say this end of this steel wire is fixed, and then it is going through like this, and then there is a pulley which is passing through this pulley, and then there is a hanger here, and then we can attach weight to this hanger. Okay. Then we have here knife edges also, and then we have this electromagnet here. And it's passing through this. Okay. Now there will be attraction between the electromagnet and this wire, but the electromagnet is fixed. Then this wire can be attracted. Okay. So there will be oscillation in this wire. Okay. So we need sonometer, we need electromagnet, and this electromagnet will be used with a power supply. Now this power supply will use the step down transformer. Okay. Then we need this hanger, and the weight of this hanger is half kg. This is half kg in our lab setup, but in the virtual lab, this may change. Instead of half kg, this may be only 50 gram. Okay, now this is 500 gram. So this is for our actual lab, but for the virtual lab, this can be 50 gram weight of this hanger, and then we need several slotted weights. Slotted weights mean the weight which has some kind of slot that can be put here. Okay. Now each weight is half kg. Then we need 6 to 7 weights depending on the number of observations we want to take. Okay. Then we need clamp, stand, etc., and then step down transformer for this electromagnet. Okay. Now to calculate the frequency, we have to use this formula. N equals to 1 by 2L square root T by M. Okay. So this formula is the case of when the string that is that steel wire we are using here, that is stretched and then it is vibrating. This is the equilibrium condition. Then when it starts vibrating, this will be like this, and the amplitude can be changed. That will depend on the weight we are attaching to it, and then distance between these two knife edges, and then the strength of this electromagnet also. Okay, several parameters are involved here. So formula for this, and this is half of the complete wavelength. 1 by 2L square root T by N. Okay. So what are these different parameters? So this L This is the length of this sonometer wire between the two bridges. Okay? Between these two knife edges. These two knife edges. Distance from this point to this point. This is small end. Okay. This is not the length of this complete wire. Please remember, this is the length between these two knife edges only. And then we have this T in this formula. T. So this T is the tension applied to this wire. Okay. It means this is equal to M, the mass we are hanging to this wire. So this is the mass of the hanger plus mass of the slotted weights we are applying into G, the acceleration due to gravity. Mass applied multiplied by G is the tension. Okay. Then this small m. This is the mass per unit length of the wire. Okay. If we have this wire, then mass of any segment of this wire per unit length. Okay. Let's say we have taken this 2 centimeters length wire. Okay. And then this, the mass of this is 50 gram. Then this is 50 gram divided by 2 centimeters. Okay, so this is mass per unit length. Now, how we can calculate this? So, the given wire is known to us. It means the density is given. The density of this wire is given. We know the density of this wire, 10. If we measure the diameter of this wire, cross-sectional diameter, right? Then we can measure the radius. Radius is just half the diameter. Okay. Then we can find the cross-sectional area. This cross-sectional area, this area of this wire. So this will be pi r square. Okay. So now, if we multiply this cross-sectional area with the density, then we get this mass per unit length. Mass of this wire per unit length. Okay. Here r is the radius of this wire,
Sir, you are not audible.
steel wire, and then rho is the density.
Sir, please raise your voice higher.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, better. Yes, sir.
So I have to come closer to the microphone, but then you cannot see me properly. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have these different parameters. Okay, now here is the real setup. So please see this setup. I will give you 1 minute to observe this. Then I will explain what all these things are here and how we will use this setup. Okay. Please take your time to understand this setup. Okay, so let's discuss it. So here we have a table generally we have very heavy or rigid cable, so that there should be no external vibration influence. Okay, then we have this tonometer setup, that is a rectangular wooden box, and in which there we have holes. Okay, then we have this steel wire. So one end of this steel wire is fixed through this hook. Okay, then other end is passing through this pulley, and then we have this hanger attached to this wire, and then we can attach slotted weights to this hanger. Okay, so it means by changing the weights, we can change the tension in this wire. Okay. Now we are using two knife edges, A and B. Okay, then we have kept a piece of paper, very small piece of paper, that is R, on this wire. Okay, and then we have this electromagnet here. So this is electromagnet. This connection is not proper actually here. So either this can be connected directly to this electrically maintained tuning fork, or what we can do, we can have this electromagnet here, and then connected the power supply here in this manner. Okay, so in the real setup it is like this. We have this electromagnet here just above this steel wire, and it should not be too close or too away. If it is too close, then when this wire will oscillate, this will touch this electromagnet. Okay, that is not good for the maximum amplitude. Then when this is very far from this wire, then also we will not have the maximum amplitude, because then the force of attraction will be small. Okay, so we have to optimize this distance between the electromagnet and this wire. Okay. Now this electromagnet is connected to this transformer, that is step down transformer, because in the household supply we have this voltage 220 volt, and then this is stepping down this voltage to roughly 6 volt. So we can use 6 to 10 or 15 volt transformer. Okay. Okay, so when we pass the current through this electromagnet, there will be attraction, and then since we are passing this AC, and we know in AC we have, in one cycle, complete cycle, we have two half cycle. One is positive half cycle and other is negative half cycle. Okay, so whether we are at positive half cycle or negative half cycle, this electromagnet will attract this wire. Okay, so it means in a complete cycle of this AC, this wire will be attracted twice, two times. Okay, and then it will continue indefinitely as long as this supply is on, power supply is on. Okay, so it means this wire will start vibrating. Okay. Then by adjusting these two knife edges position A and B, okay, and then adjusting this weight, we can have this vibration between A and B is the maximum. That is, when the amplitude is maximum, there will be a resonance condition. In that case, this small piece of paper, this will fall. Okay, then we have to just note down the distance between A and B, and then the weight we have applied, and then we have to put these values in the formula, and then we have to perform the calculation. Okay, now this is the theory part. So I assume you have gone through this material already, because this was already discussed in previous lab also. So if you have not gone through this material, I am giving you 5 minutes. Please go through this material, theory part, and then if you have any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, we will go to the procedure section. Okay, please quickly go through this theory material.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I need to ask from where to bring that setup for sonometer experiment.
You mean the virtual lab?
Sir, I am unable to access that.
Please wait. I am coming to that also. So I will provide you the link. Or should I provide now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me provide the link so that in the parallel you can also try to log in. Okay, here is the link of this virtual lab. So let me copy paste this. Okay, so in
Sir,
the chat, yes,
sir, I made my account on that, but later on it is displaying some option like flash settings.
yes, I will help you in that also. So all of you, please open this link. And now, yeah, Lashika,
Yes,
hello.
sir.
Okay, in your browser, uh, on the left-hand side, what can you see? Can you see the Node Secure, this triangle flag? Hello.
Sir, should I share my screen?
No need to say. When please see the left-hand side, left-hand side, you will see Node Secure. Can you see that near your home button?
No, sir.
Node Secure.
Yes, sir.
When you write the address, web address, then next before that, just before, you will see the Node Secure.
Sir, please you show that on your screen.
Okay.
It's in the link. It's in the link area where the link comes to the left of it.
In the search bar.
Yeah, sorry, search bar.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now click here this home button. In the search bar, it is showing Node Secure here. This option.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir, it
sir.
is showing.
Please click it, and then in the flash, just click allow. Okay, just select allow, and then that's all. This simulator will be accessible. Okay.
सर वो अलाउ का ऑप्शन ही नहीं आ रहा.
What all option are there? Can you see the setting
सर उसमें
option?
फ्लैश फेयर का
Settings,
ऑप्शन ही नहीं आ रहा.
settings में.
Can you see the settings option?
यस सर.
Okay, then please go to the settings option. Like I have clicked here settings option. Then here you will see the flash option.
यस
Flash.
सर.
Then in that, please select allow.
हाँ सर हो गया.
Okay. Now it will be okay, and then you can access that. Okay, so all of
Thank
you
you, sir.
have now access to that, or still you have some problem? Please confirm.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have accessed. I have allowed flash, but still I am not getting the AC sonometer experiment.
You mean you have
Yes, sir.
copied this?
Same.
Sir, same here.
Okay, then please copy this link again. Then it will be open. The link that I have sent.
Try reloading that.
Yes, please open that again. Then it will be okay.
Yes, sir. Now it is open after clicking the link again.
Okay. So all of you please confirm if it is accessible. Now,
Sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
so Jessica, can you share your screen?
Sir, please allow me to share my screen.
Okay, now please share your screen. Hello, Takshika. Hello.
Sorry, sir, there was an internet issue.
Okay, so should I continue? Okay, let me continue and then, okay, she is sharing now. Okay.
Sir, my screen is visible.
Please wait, it is coming. Okay, it's visible. Okay, you have already allowed. Okay,
Yes, sir.
then what is the problem? Please click on simulator tab. Click on this simulator.
Yes, sir, got it now. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else who is not able to access this simulator?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I am having error 503.
Error 503.
Just
Reload your
refresh it.
page.
Refresh it.
Reload page and then try again.
Sir, it's asking for sign up.
Yes, you have to sign up. Please, you have to make an account. So it's free. You can make your account with your private email, like Gmail, your email ID. Okay, anyway, those who have not the access, please try to access it, and those who don't have account, please make the account. By that time, let me finish the PPT, and then we will go to this element. 11. Okay. So have you gone through this theory part? Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's discuss the procedure and then the video demo. Okay, so as we have seen in the figure, we have to set the sonometer, apparatus, then electromagnet, then we have to apply the weights and then adjust the knife edges. So first we have to fix the electromagnet position over this sonometer wire. There should be some gap. Okay, now in this virtual lab also, actually here we have the option to change the position of this electromagnet. Okay, means we can slide the knife edges, two knife edges, as well as we can slide the electromagnet. But we have to keep the electromagnet position fixed. Once we have fixed the electromagnet position, we will not change the position of electromagnet in this virtual lab. We will change the position of the two knife edges and then we will vary the weights. Okay, so we have to fix the electromagnet position, then we have to apply the load in the hanger. Okay, then we have to switch on the AC main supply. Okay, then we have to slide the bridges, that is the knife edge, to and fro. That is, we will try to bring them closer and then we will see the amplitude of this steel wire vibration. So when we are bringing them closer, if the amplitude decreases, then we have to move away. So in this manner, by bringing closer and then moving away, we have to find some equilibrium position when the vibration in this steel wire is maximum. Okay, means the amplitude of the vibration is maximum. That position we have to find. Okay, so when we find that position of maximum, then we have to note down this length L, small l, that is between the two knife edges. Okay, then we have to measure the diameter of this wire using screw gauge. Okay, but in this virtual lab we will not use the screw gauge, but I will explain you what is screw gauge and how we can use in the lab. Okay, then from the table of constant we can find the density of this steel wire. Then we can calculate this mass per unit length. Okay, then by putting these values in the formula we can calculate the frequency. Now here is the video demo. Okay, so I can play it here, but the audio you cannot hear actually. So later please go through this video. It is already uploaded in LMS. Okay, now for the observation table part, we have to make this table. So we have to take actually 4 observations, 4 different ways. Like first set of reading for 500 gram, then second set of reading for 1000 gram, then third set of reading for 1500 gram, then fourth set of reading for 2000 gram. Okay, but this is for the real lab experiment. Now in this virtual lab, what we will do? We will apply the load 50 gram, then 100 gram, then 150 gram, then 200 gram. 4 set of reading. Okay. Now in one set of reading, that is for the first 50 gram, we have to find the position between knife edges when the amplitude is maximum. Okay. So now for each weight, that is for 50 gram, we have to take the 2 readings. So we have to find the maximum amplitude position twice. for one weight, 50 gram. Then we have to take the average of that. So similarly, we have to take this for 100 gram, 150 and then 200 gram also, two set of readings. Then take the average, and then using that formula, we have to find the frequency. Okay, so now we will have four set of frequency, four different frequencies. Then to find the real frequency, we have to take the mean of these frequencies. Okay, now to find the diameter of this sonometer wire, we have to use this screw gauge. So how many of you have used this screw gauge already?
Used it, sir.
Used it, sir.
So you know how it works and then the least count, etc. Or should I explain here? If any one of you don't have idea of this, we can discuss it here briefly. Should I discuss or go ahead?
Sir, please explain it a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so in this screw gauge, this is basically used to measure the small lengths. Okay. So in this particular case, we are using this to measure the diameter of this wire, sonometer wire, that is steel wire. Okay, now in this case, we have two scales. So basically we have two moving parts. One part is this. This is circular part and this is rotating. And then we have this linear part. The movement of this linear part is like this. It is moving to this second jaw. We have two jaws, 1 and 2. Okay, so we rotate this. Then this linear part will move in this direction. And we keep it rotating till this wire is clamped between these two jaws. Okay, then we find the main scale reading and then circular scale reading. So on this main scale, we have different marks. Okay, so basically there are different divisions, and in 1 centimeter, typically there are 10 divisions on the linear scale or main scale, right? So it means one main scale division is roughly of 1 mm. Okay, then on this circular scale division, we have 50 or 100 divisions. Let's say here we have 50 divisions. So for simplicity, let's say we have 100 divisions on this circular scale. Okay, now in a complete rotation of this circular scale, this linear scale, this will cover one small division, that is, it will cover 1 mm. Okay, then there is a mark on this linear scale. So the mark on this circular scale, which is aligning to this linear mark, that value is called the vernier scale reading. Okay, so there are total 100 divisions, that is starting from 0 to 99. Okay, so whatever is the division value is here, that is our vernier scale reading, and whatever is the value of here corresponding to this circular scale mark here, this mark, that is our main scale reading. Okay, then to calculate the least count, Least count is the minimum value that we can calculate or we can measure. Basically measure, not calculate. We can measure using this instrument, that is screw gauge. Okay, the least count is the value of one main scale division. Value of one division on the main scale. So value of one division on the main scale is 1 mm. Divided by the total number of divisions on this circular scale. So here we have total 100 divisions. Okay. So we will have 0.001 mm. Okay. So this is the least count. Now in this case, when we are measuring this diameter of this wire, we have this main scale reading 0, means the main scale is not passed through the one division of the main scale. So it is before the one division of this main scale, and this is starting from 0 here, then 1 here. Okay, so it is not passed through this one division, so it means the main scale reading will be 0, and then the circular scale reading, that is the value of on the circular scale belonging to this linear mark, is 46. Okay, then the total reading will be the main scale reading, MSR, main scale reading. Okay, this is not main scale division, this is main scale reading plus circular scale division. Okay, this is division. Now this will become reading when we multiply this with the least count of this instrument. Okay, so multiply first and then add to the main scale reading. Okay, now in this particular case, we have main scale reading 0, so 0 plus then circular scale reading is 46 into least count. Now here the least count is 0.001 in centimeter. 0.001. Okay, now when we are taking the least count unit, it should be same as the unit of this main scale reading. If this is in centimeter, then we have to take this centimeter. If this is in mm, we have to take this in mm. Okay, then only we can add them. So this will become 0 plus 0.046, and then 0 plus 0.046 is 0.046. Okay, then so this is one reading. Then we have, it's not the mean, basically for this reading we have to take several readings. So it is like this. We have this wire. Can you see? Please see in my camera. We have this wire, and then we are measuring this diameter in this direction. Okay, then to take the second reading, now we have to clamp perpendicular to the previous direction, like in this direction. Initially this direction, first reading, then perpendicular to this direction, second reading at the same position, then we will change the position, another position here. Okay, any random direction. So in this manner we take 3 or 4 readings, and then we take the mean of those diameter. Okay, so we have mean diameter and then divide by 2, then we get the mean radius. Okay, so if you have any doubt, please ask so far. Okay, no doubt.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, then this screw gauge can also have 0 error. It means when there is no wire inside the clamp, when we are tightening these clamps and then they are touching each other, then in that case the 0 mark on this circular scale should be along this line. Right, so 0 mark should be along here. Now if this 0 mark is crossing to this line, if it is approaching in this direction or lagging here, then there is 0, this is called 0 error. Okay, so when it is going beyond or lagging behind, then accordingly we have to add or subtract the corresponding value from the circular scale reading. Okay, here is circular scale reading, so we have to do plus or minus that value, whatever is the difference from the 0 scale reading. Okay, when 0 0 are not aligned. Okay, so if it is 5 divisions away, then 46 plus 5 or minus 5. Okay, so that also is required sometimes. Sometimes when the instrument is quite old, then there is some 0 error occurs in the instrument. So that also we have to take into account. Okay, then for the calculation, now we have measured the diameter, we have calculated the radius, and density is given. Then we can calculate this mass per unit length. We have this radius, so pi r square into rho. Then we get this mass per unit length in gram per centimeter. Okay. Now please remember, we have to keep the units same. That is, if we are using CGS unit, then we have to use CGS unit, and if we are using MKS unit, then we have to use MKS unit for all the parameters during the calculation. Okay. Now we can calculate this frequency. Okay. So in this case, now if we are using length in centimeter, then we have to use this tension and this also in CGS unit. That means this T is mg, capital Mg. Then M will be in gram, and then this G will be in centimeter per second square. And then this mass per unit length, this also will be in gram per second centimeter. Then we will get this frequency in hertz. Okay. Now we have to calculate this frequency for different masses, and then we have to take the mean of this frequency. Okay. Then when we will write the result, so now the AC means frequency. So now we have calculated N, but for the AC means frequency, it is half of this frequency that we have calculated here, because in AC, in a complete cycle, we are attracting twice the wire, in positive half cycle and in negative half cycle, both the half cycles, they will attract the wire. Okay, that's why we are taking N by 2, and then standard frequency is 50. Okay, so we will compare F and this standard frequency. So we have to find the percentage error. Okay, now please remember, if we got percentage error 10% or less, then it is okay, our experiment is done. But if the error is higher than this, then we have to repeat the experiment. Okay, now since we have to perform experiment on virtual lab, so this is accessible to you 24/7. So before the next lab, please perform the experiment again, and when you get the percentage error 10% or less, then only please write the values in your main file and do the calculation, and then write everything. Otherwise, please repeat the experiment again and again. Okay, so is that clear to all of you?
Sir, how do we
Yes,
have
sir.
to make the file?
Yes,
What, in which manner we have to write?
Okay, I will explain that also. Okay, then we have to follow certain precautions and then sources of error. Okay, now for the file, making file, now I am explaining again. So we have to use a main practical file for this physics lab. So in that file, what we have to do, we have to write the first, we have to write the aim, this full aim, okay. Then we have to write this apparatus, what all apparatus we need, we have to write that. Then we have to write the formula used, this part, and then explain each parameter, okay. Then you have to make the diagram, okay. Now this diagram should be on the other side. In the main file you will have two types of pages, one is ruled and other is unruled. On the unruled side you have to make the diagram, okay. Then for this theory, please don't write the theory in your main file, okay. Is that clear? You
Yes,
need
sir.
to write the
Yes,
theory
sir.
in your main file. This point you have to skip. This is just for your information, please go through this, but need not to write in the main file, theory part. Then you have to write the procedure, okay, and then observation table related to that experiment, like in this case tonometer, so this observation table, and then yeah, this is also observation table for this Google part. But now in this
So on the
tab,
left page, observation table.
it's better. Okay, you can do that.
Sir, how do we get the readings for screw gauge to write in this observation table?
I am telling you, for this virtual lab, we don't need this table because the value will be given. Okay. So during the lockdown, when we are performing the experiment, it's the virtual lab, we will not write this table. We will just write the value of the radius given to us. Okay. Okay. Then we have to write this calculation, and we have to perform the calculation. Okay. We have to write these different parameters value and then do the calculation for each weight, frequency, and then find the mean value, and then write the result. Okay. It's not that you have to find the calculation part, done the calculation part, find the mean frequency, and then you claim that this is your result. No, you have to write separately each heading. That is, now you are writing the result. Then please show this, that this is the frequency, then this is the standard value. Then in this result also, please write the percentage error. If the standard value is given to you, then you should perform this percentage error calculation. Okay. Then please write the precaution and sources of error. Okay. So that's all in the main file. This much we have to write. And please write each heading. Okay. When you will perform the experiment during the exam, you will get marks for each heading. Like if you skip the result, you will not get certain marks for that. Similarly for calculation and observation part, you have to write all these points. Okay. And then
But sir, we do not have to write and screw gauge table in the main file.
no need to write. Actually, we are performing in virtual lab, so you can skip that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then please prepare for this Viva voice. There are certain standard questions are given. Please go through the your LMS material, find the answer to these questions, or you can discuss with your faculty, like with me or with your class teacher. Okay, so that's all in this. Now let's discuss the virtual
Sir, so on the blank side, we just have to make a diagram.
diagram, and you can show your observation table.
Okay, sir. And no theory.
And uh, even for calculation also you may use that.
Sir, you were not audible.
Yes, sir, you were not audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
I'm saying 4 observation tables, figure or diagram, and then sometimes for calculation also you can use that other side of the page. Okay, but for the theory part, please don't use that. Okay, now let me take the attendance first, and then we will go through the virtual lab. Yay. Okay, attendance please. Enrollment number 326. Lakshika.
Present, sir.
328.
Present, sir.
329.
Present, sir.
330.
Present, sir. 330.
331. 'Shantanu. Shantanu, you are not audible. 332. 333.
Present, sir.
334.
Present, sir.
335.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Okay. 336.
Present, sir. 336.
Okay. 337. 30. 30, you are not audible. 338. Vani. 339.
Present, sir.
340.
Present, sir.
341.
Present, sir.
340.
Present, sir.
344. Daksh.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yes.
The 337 Prakriti present, sir.
Okay. 346.
Present, sir.
347.
Present, sir.
348.
Present, sir.
349.
349 present, sir.
350. 50. 51.
Sir, 351 present.
352. Anushka. (353).
Present, sir.
354.
Present, sir.
355. Done. 356.
Present, sir.
357.
Present, sir.
Okay. Is there any new admission? Or whose name is not called?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible now? Sir, I'm 337 Pragati Mehra.
Yes, you are present, Pragati.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you please confirm the attendance for roll number 20333?
20333. You are present.
Sir, 351.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please don't ask one by one. Let me tell you the absentees. Okay. 332 is absent. 338, 344, 350, 352, 355. They are absent. Okay, so now let's start the virtual lab. Okay, so is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first you are supposed to go through this theory part. Okay, so it's better to go through the theory part and understood different parameters and then how the frequency depends on these different parameters, like how the frequency change with length. As we increase the length, the frequency will decrease because this is inversely proportional. Then the frequency will change with tension also. Then the mass, how the mass is involved in this, then the diameter of the wire, then the density of the wire. Okay, please go through this theory part, then the procedure part. Okay, the procedure part we have discussed, that was for our real lab, but for this virtual lab we should understood this procedure, because here we are using different things like knife edge, and then the naming of these knife edge is A and B here, then magnet part, and then this magnet is movable, then there are different combinations. So we can choose the radius. Okay, means we can virtually use different wire of different radius, that is the thickness, the diameter of the wire will be different, we can choose that. Then we can choose the material, that is instead of steel we can choose some other material also. Then the environment, that also we can change in practical, in our real lab setup. We do this experiment in the lab, and when the environment is having the acceleration due to gravity, that is g is 9.8 meter per second square. So we are performing this experiment on Earth, but virtually we can perform this experiment on Moon also in this virtual lab. Okay, please go through this also. Then, so when you are done with theory and procedure part, then go through this self-evaluation part. So there are several questions. Then please try to attempt these, and then when you are satisfied that you have covered most of these questions and then you have understood this concept well, then please go to this simulator part. Okay, now I assume that we have already gone through this theory, procedure and self-evaluation part. Now we are directly going to this simulator part. Okay, so when you click on this simulator part,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, in the file, when we write this, do we have to write the same that's in here, or do we have to change the wording?
you have to change, basically you have to follow the PPT instructions. Whatever is in the PPT, that you have to follow. But for the observation table part, so for the units and other things, you have to follow this virtual lab.
Sir, I'm asking about like writing the procedure and the theory and all. So we have to write that on our own, or should we just copy what's in the virtual lab or in the PPT?
No, no, no. See, first thing that you need not to write theory. You have to just understand that. Then the other points you have to write, but you need not to write in your own language. Whatever is given in the PPT, you have to just write that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then in
Thank
the
you, sir.
observation table, in our PPT, it is given in like 500 gram and like that. But in this virtual lab, whatever parameter we are using in this virtual lab, we have to use those parameter and units in our main file.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now we have to log in here first. Okay, so can you see this virtual lab?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is our virtual lab, and almost similar to the real lab setup. So we have this tonometer, and then in this tonometer we have these three holes. Then we have this. This is our magnet, electromagnet. Then we have a small piece of paper here. Okay, then we have these knife edges. These are movable. Okay, this we can adjust. This also we can adjust, and this magnet position. This also we can adjust. But once we keep this magnet at certain position, then we will not change for different set of masses. We will keep this magnet fixed, but we will change the position of these two knife edges. Okay, then we can hang masses here. Okay, then we have this power supply. Okay, so we can roughly change like this, but if we have to change precisely knife edge position, then we have to use this. So by changing this, we can change this knife edge position here. Now this change will be in 1 centimeter step. Similarly, knife edge B. Okay, then we can fix the magnet position anywhere. Okay, so let's take this as center. This is
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, the magnet should be in the middle of the sonometer. Like, is it compulsory?
It should be approximately middle in the two knife edges, not the sonometer setup. Okay.
Okay, sir.
We have these two knife edges, so almost in the middle of these two knife edges. Okay. now we have this sonometer wire and then we have this paper. So when we have adjusted all the parameters and position, we will switch on this power. Then this wire will start vibration. Then we will adjust these knife edges position. Okay, so that the amplitude will increase. So when the amplitude is sufficiently large, this paper will fall. Okay, then we will adjust these knife edges A and B position in the step of 1 centimeter. Okay, so now this setup is so sensitive that we will have the maximum amplitude at certain position only. When we change the position of any of the knife edges 1 centimeter away or closer to the other knife edge, then the amplitude will decrease drastically. Okay, now for this, let's take the weight as 50 gram. The weight applied is 50 gram. Okay, this hanger. So this is hanger to hang the weight, but this hanger itself has some weight, and this is 50 gram. So this is the weight of this hanger. Now if we increase the weight, we have increased 50 gram here. Can you see the weight? So this weight can be changed in the step of 50 gram. 50 gram, 100 gram, then 150, 200. So let's take the 4 set of reading. So for the first set of reading, let's take this weight as 50 grams. Okay. Then for these two knife edges, we have to adjust them. Okay. So this is roughly 33, 55. We don't know the exact position, so let's start with this position randomly. Then we will adjust them to find the maximum amplitude. And let's keep the magnet fixed at this particular position only for all the sets of weight.
इससे मैग्नेट की पोजीशन चेंज करने से कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आया है, अभी ट्राई करके देखा था.
Yes, as long as this weight is okay, but if you make this magnet very closer to any of these knife edges, then the amplitude will decrease.
नहीं सर, इसमें कोई चेंज नहीं आया, अभी ट्राई किया था.
So your paper has fallen?
यस सर, मैक्सिमम एम्पलीट्यूड अचीव कर लिया था 80 पे जब सेकंड नाइफ बीट.
In this virtual lab, what happens for a particular set of range, like from this point to this point, when we change the magnet, there will be almost no effect unless this magnet is very close to the knife edges. Okay, but in real setup, the magnetic field is not such high and uniform. If we change the magnet position in that setup, then the amplitude will change drastically. Okay, but anyway, in any case, you have to keep the magnet position fixed. Okay, we have to keep certain parameters fixed because we cannot play with all the parameters at the same time. So here we are keeping this magnet position fixed at 42 centimeters for all sets of weights. That is for 50 gram, 100 gram, 150 and 200 gram. Then we will change only the knife edges A and B position. And let's take this wire whose radius is 0.2 mm. Then you can try this with other radius of this wire, 0.3, 4, 6, 8, the radius of this wire. Okay, but let's take the default value, that is 0.2 mm radius of this wire. Now you can change the material of this wire also. Like here
Excuse
in
me,
this
sir.
case, yes,
Sir, for every reading, the radius of the wire should remain the same.
yes, please. Otherwise, it will be difficult because for the changing of weight, we are already taking 4 sets of reading. Now, for each weight, we have to take the reading twice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It will be very long table. What you can do, some of you can try with this radius, some of you can try with some other radius, if you wish. But once you have set some radius, then please keep that radius value fixed. Okay, only change the weights and the position of knife edges. Then also you can change this material. Instead of here we are using the copper wire whose density is given 8920 kilogram per meter cube. So instead of this copper wire, some of you can use brass or Constantan or nitron. Okay. So it's up to you. You can use any of them, but I will prefer to use copper here as a default. But once you have set this material, please don't change this material again. Keep it fixed for entire experiment. Okay, then you can perform this experiment on the Earth. That is when the G is 9.8 meter per second square. Or you can perform this experiment on the virtual setup, that is on the moon, where G is 1.6 meter per second square. But I am assuming that we are performing this on the Earth. Okay, so I am using almost all the default values here for the demonstration. The weight is the weight of the hanger only. There is no extra weight is applied. Then adjusting the knife edge position, then the magnet position, some value, and then I have fixed this magnet position. I will not change it. Then I have choose the default radius, that is 0.2 mm. Then the material is copper, and then we are performing this experiment on Earth. Okay. So is that clear to all of you? If you have any doubt in any of the parameter, please ask now.
Sir, we have to move any one of the knife edge, or we can move both.
Okay. So now let's start. So what I will do, I will switch on this setup, that is this power supply. Power on. So this wire is vibrating now. Okay, but still the paper has not fallen. What I will do, I will move these two knife edges, A and B. So first let me change this to, if I bring this closer to the second knife edge. Almost no change. Then I will change this second knife edge. If I move away, amplitude has decreased. Now if I come closer, then can you see the frequency has increased? Now paper has fallen and the amplitude is maximum. Okay, now if I change this knife edge B, even 1 centimeter closer or away from the other knife edge C, if I change this value of B from 45 centimeter to 44, it has decreased. Now let's go back to the default value 45. Okay, now if I move it away from the first knife edge, that is knife edge A, let's change this to 46. See, again it has decreased. Okay, so the amplitude will be maximum for certain distance between two knife edges. Otherwise, it will decrease if we approach closer or if we move away. Okay, so this is maximum here. So this is for knife edge B position. Let's change this for knife edge A. So now, right now we are at 35 centimeter here. Now, if I change this to 34, what will happen? It has decreased. Okay, so now if I will go further, then it will further decrease. So no need to go. Then this is our default value when we have maximum amplitude. Now if I increase this, let's say I am changing this to 36. Again it has decreased. Okay, so it means these values, when knife edge A is at 35 centimeter, knife edge B is at 45 centimeter. These are the required values of knife edges. So the distance between knife edge A and B will be 45 minus 35, that is 10 centimeter. So for this particular weight, 50 grams, we have find this value L. Okay, so please note down all these readings in your rough notebook right now, and then copy them to the main file. But before that, please do the calculation. Okay, when you get the frequency that is closer to the standard frequency, then only please copy in your main file. Otherwise, repeat this experiment again before next step. Okay, now for this weight 50 gram, note down this reading. Then again adjust these values of knife edge A and B to get the maxima. Try to find the maxima for other values of A and B. So when you get that maxima, note down that also. So for each weight, you have to write 2 readings. Okay. Then change the weight to 100 gram. Then again repeat. Then 150 gram. Repeat. Then 200 gram. Repeat. Okay. That's all. Then you have to note down these readings. Then perform the calculation. Okay. So all of you, please start performing this now. And if you are facing any difficulty, please ask me now.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we have to submit this practical by the next class of physics practical.
Before the next class, you have to write in your main file and then make a PDF of that. Okay, take a photo and make a PDF, and then apply that PDF in this team in which we are taking the class right now, in this team's file section.
Okay, sir.
In the file, all of you have to upload this experiment, and then in the next week, please prepare for the next experiment. According to LMS, it is already uploaded. Okay. So in this week, you have to perform this experiment, upload your file in the file section of this MS Team. Prepare for the next experiment. Please go.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, like the first reading is coming out to be when A is at 0 and B is at 80 centimeter.
A is at 0, B is at 80 centimeter. Now, if you calculate the value of frequency, is it
No, sir,
acceptable?
सर तब के बीच का डिस्टेंस 80 सेंटीमीटर हो गया, लेकिन जब हम जैसे सर द सेकंड रीडिंग इज 15 सेंटीमीटर एंड 65 सेंटीमीटर सर देन इट इज 50 सेंटीमीटर, तो इतना डिफरेंस चलेगा दोनों रीडिंग में?
No, it means something is wrong.
Okay,
this
sir.
Can be possible only when we are changing the weight. Okay, for same weight, only 1 or 2 centimeter difference will be okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the procedure, it is written that we have to move
Your
only
audible,
one
please
bridge.
speak loudly.
Sir, in the procedure, it is written that we have to move only one bridge gradually till the wire starts vibrating.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sorry, I can't hear you. Okay.
sir, I am saying that in the procedure,
Yes.
it is written that we have to move only one bridge gradually till the wire starts vibrating.
Yes, and then you have to adjust the other bridge also to get the maximum result.
Okay.
And try to make these two bridges symmetric to this magnet.
So the
And when
first reading we have to take by moving the first bridge, and the second reading we have to get by moving the second bridge.
no, not like that. First, fix one bridge and then move the other bridge so that there should be some vibration. You can see. Okay. Then to get the maximum amplitude, you have to adjust both the knife edges. Okay. So
But
moving
that
the
way we
knife
get
edges
the
for the
same
initial.
reading for both the readings.
Sorry?
So, but this way we will get the same value for both the readings. We have told that we have to take two readings for one column in the observation
Yes.
table.
And that is because if you are doing something wrong, then you can check that. Ideally, for same value of all the parameters, this reading should be same, the distance between two knife edges. Okay, so this is just a cross check. if you are doing experiment in proper way or not. Okay, so for that, first keep one knife edge fixed, then move the other knife edge closer or away from the first knife edge. Then when you see the vibration in the thing, then try to maximize the vibration by moving the first knife edge. Then also change the position of the second knife edge so that the amplitude is maximum. Okay. Now all of you please note down the readings, and if any one of you are facing any difficulty, please ask me now. I am unsharing my screen now.
The G should be 9.8 only.
Sorry?
To take G as 9.8 only.
It depends on you whether you are taking L in centimeter. So keep all the units same. If you are taking length in centimeter, then take G as 980 centimeter per second. Okay. And then density of this copper wire also. This will be in gram per centimeter cube. So either use MKS unit or CGS unit, but you should use that consistently for all the parameters. Okay, now I will ask one by
Sir?
one.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, the formula says mass per unit length is to be used. So what we have to put in that thing?
So in that thing, see the radius is given 0.2 mm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can convert this to in centimeter or meter depending on the density. Now density is also given for this copper. This density.
Okay,
So,
sir. Okay. So density is given and multiply the area. So we'll get
yes.
unit per
So
mass
get
per
mass.
unit length. Okay, sir.
Okay. That. Okay, now I will ask you one by one. What are you doing? Aditya. Aditya Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Have you facing any difficulty?
No, sir. I'm just trying.
Okay, you are getting some result.
Yes, sir. 35 and 45. It's showing maximum.
Okay. Okay. Ansuman.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty?
No, sir, no difficulty. I'm just performing the next. I'm just doing the next reading. One reading you only told 35 and 45.
Okay. Okay. Good. Aruni.
No, sir. I am also trying.
Aryaman.
Sir, I'm doing the other readings.
Aryaman, your name is Aryaman or Aryaman?
Ariman.
Why double N?
ARYMANN.
Yes. It's
Ariman Anand.
okay. Aryaman. Okay. Aryan. Aryan, are you there? Aryan Saroha. Aryan is not responding. Aryan.
Sir, if we changed all in MKS system, uh,
Hello.
yes, sir. Sir, if we change everything in MKS system,
It's up to you. You can change to CGS or MKS, but please use them same for all the parameters, MKS or CGS. Bhavya.
Yes, sir.
Get the reading.
Sir, I'm noting the reading. Just give me a minute.
Rakshit. Rakshit Chopra.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am getting 36 and 44.
Or 50 gram.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Himang. Himang Satya.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
What are you
Hello. Sir, I am getting 13 centimeter and 66 for 50 gram.
13 and then 66.
Yes.
That's correct.
13 of A and 66 of B.
There should be only 2 or 3 centimeter difference. So same weight.
How much, sir?
2 or 3 centimeter difference for same weight.
Okay. Sir, okay, sir, I'll check once again.
Please check again. Because
Sir?
if you use these two distances and then calculate the frequency, there will be much difference.
Sir?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, for 50 gram, it is showing deviations at 80 centimeters of difference and 60 centimeters of difference.
Please check again. See, if you are getting such random readings, and when you will calculate the frequency, you will not get the value that is closer to the standard.
Similar readings
Can
are
note these calculation for first step of reading. Then you will know that how much deviation is the experimental value and the
Sir, should we keep the position of magnet fixed for every experiment?
I what you can change that will not basically affect the reading.
नहीं सर उसके जैसे एम्पलीट्यूड में काफी चेंज आया है.
Then you can try.
Sorry sir?
You can try in that case if you are noticing that amplitude is changing. You can change the position.
Chalk. Chalk Jain. Yes, sir.
How about you?
Yo.
Are you getting result?
Sir, third reading निकाल रहा हूँ.
Okay, so you are performing for 50 gram.
150 gram.
150 gram. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Naman.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Naman?
Sir, I am taking the first reading only.
First reading.
Not coming and seeing.
Okay.
I'm moving the nines.
Okay, you can try that also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Nibir.
Yes, sir.
How about you? Are you getting some?
Sir, I'm doing the first reading for 50 gram only. I'm trying.
Okay. How much L you are getting in that case?
Sir, I got 36 and 54 for 50 gram.
54.
Yeah, AJ and HB.
Okay. Then before performing the next set of reading, please calculate frequency for this
Yes, sir.
set of reading. Whether you are getting correct values or not, you will know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Nikita.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm doing of 35 and 45.
35 and 45. Okay. Part.
यस सर. सर डेविएशन काफ़ी आया है रीडिंग्स में. Sir, your voice is not audible.
I'm telling that there should be not much deviation, otherwise the deviation in frequency will be much higher.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how to minimize the deviation?
Minimize the deviation. Again, you have to adjust different parameters like the distance between knife edges, and then also the position of magnet in some cases.
सर रेजोनेंस जो है वो 0 से 80 के बीच में आई है और 10 और 70 के बीच में आई है. डेविएशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा है.
Or 10 or 70. It is the distance between knife edges. It will depend on the mass applied.
नहीं सर, मास जो है 50 ग्राम ही है अभी, लेकिन 20 सेंटीमीटर्स का डिफरेंस आया है.
20 centimeter is also large because if you calculate your frequency for these two sets of the same 50 gram, then you will know that there is quite large difference in frequency.
यस सर, तो रिड्यूस कैसे कर सकते हैं सर?
For performing the second set of reading, please do the calculation for this first set. Then you will know what is the difference, and then what should be the separation between two knife edges approximately.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर हमें रीडिंग जब पेपर गिरेगी उस पेपर गिरेगा तब की लेनी है या फिर मैक्सिमम एम्पलीट्यूड जब होगा वायर का उसकी लेनी है?
Paper, so like paper can fall before we are getting the maximum amplitude. Okay, before falling of paper indicates that we are having very high amplitude. Now make that maximum. So we have to take the maximum amplitude reading.
Sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm getting 13 centimeter for one reading. Is it correct?
I don't know actually exactly. You have to calculate. Please find the value of frequency.
Excuse me, sir.
Compare it with the standard frequency. Then only you will know. Yes.
Sir, one reading was which you gave 35 and 45, and the other was coming out to be 33 and 47.
Okay, please now calculate the frequency for both the readings. Then.
Excuse me, sir.
सर मीन लेंथ लेके करनी है ना या दोनों के अलग अलग?
See, if the difference is very large, then you should first calculate separately.
Sir, difference is of 4 centimeter.
Then you take the mean length.
Yes sir. Sir वो 12 centimeter आ रहा है वो ठीक है
सर
ना?
मैग्नेट की सर पोजीशन फिक्स रखनी है.
Sorry,
सर मैग्नेट की पोजीशन फिक्स रखनी है क्या?
it's up to you. It's better to keep the magnet position fixed because ideally it should not affect the resonance condition.
Okay, sir.
But if you think by changing the
Sir,
magnet
you got-
getting maximum amplitude, the amplitude is changing, then you can change that out.
So I got another reading at 34 and 46.
Okay.
Sir, one reading you gave na 35 and 45. Another I get 34 and 46.
See, what the reading I have shown you is not the ideal reading. I have just shown you how to get the vibration and then get the very high amplitude. Now it's your turn to maximize that amplitude. Okay. So my reading is not final. It is approximately approaching to that condition.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So for 100 gram, I got 45 and 26. So I calculated the frequency and I got 55 hertz.
So is it N or F?
So this is frequency 55 hertz.
Right. So your N was 100, right?
Sir, I don't understand what.
See, in this formula you have calculated N.
Yes.
And then you have taken half of that. So that is 55.
No, sir. I have calculated N and it was 55.
No. This N should be 110 in that case. Then this F will be half of it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one length
Okay,
I am
sir.
getting as 80 centimeter, and this is for 50 gram only, and other one I am getting as 79.
79 and 50.
79 and 80.
80. Oh, that's okay. But now please calculate the frequency.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then please let me know what is the
And sir,
frequency.
in both these cases, I changed the position of the magnet. So, is it any problem?
How much position you have changed?
Sir, in the case when I got as 80, it was at 50 centimeter the magnet, and in the other case, it was at 18 centimeter.
15 and 18 centimeter.
So
Okay.
50 and 18.
50 and 80. And I will suggest you for the same weight. Please don't change the position of magnet.
Sir, should I then perform again?
It's okay. Let's first calculate the value of frequency for these two set of readings, and then we will decide.
Okay, sir, I am calculating frequency.
Excuse me, sir.
Set of weight, don't change the position of magnet.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, for 100 grams, I had positioned the magnet at 50 centimeter and got the length as 30 centimeter. 35 and 65 ka, I got the length as 30 centimeter.
Please calculate the frequency.
So you're not audible.
Please calculate the frequency,
Okay, sir.
and then please let me know.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, 38 hertz is coming frequency. In one
38.
observation. Yes.
38. Is it the value of N or F?
Sir,
N. Sorry?
No, sir. F is coming 38 hertz.
F is coming 38.
F is coming 38 hertz.
But it is quite low. It should be around 45 or 46. Then it is okay because ideal frequency is 50 hertz. So please
Yes.
perform again. Change the parameter accordingly. if any one of you have calculated and getting the value of frequency f approximately 45 to 50, please let me know.
Sir, I'm getting length as 38 for 50 gram.
Okay, please inform me if you have calculated the correct frequency. So now time is almost over. Please remember, all of you please listen. Perform this experiment before the next lab, write in main file, and then make the PDF of that file and upload this in the file section of this particular team with your name and enrollment number. And also please go through the next lab theory. That is the PPT part before the next lab.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, for the value of n, I should take the mean of L length.
Yes, for the same weight you are measuring 2 times. That is 2 value of L's. Then you have to take the mean. Okay, then you will calculate frequency for different weights, then take the mean frequency, mean value of n. Then for the AC mains frequency f, now you have to take the n by 2.
Okay, sir.
So that value of f should be approximately equals to 50 Hertz. Okay, and then there is approximately 10% error is allowed. But if you are getting more than that, then please check your readings again. And if there is something wrong, then perform the experiment again. Okay, so the class time is over. Those who have performed or have no doubt, they may leave now. And those who have any doubt, please ask now.